Let us continue with the second chapter from your political science book of grade 11, and the name of the chapter is Fundamental Concepts. And today we are going to start from the nation and nationality. So here they are trying to explain us what is the difference between a nation and a nationality. Nationality is again a very commonly used term in political science, and every performer for admission into a school or college for employment includes a column nationality, right? We are seen in every form nationality, and we straight write Indian, and it is filled in by us as Indian. This is in this way it is taken to mean citizenship, right? Further, sometimes nationality is taken to mean a minority living in a territory of a state. Several minorities live in a territory of the state and offer common nationalism. Like in India, we are having majority is there, minority peoples are also residing in the same state. In addition to this, several writers use the term nationality for denoting the bond of emotional unity that binds a nation, right? So several nationality, that means several majority minority people, and the bond we are sharing, that is nationality, we are sharing this common bond and we are building a nation. Some others even use it is a synonym of nation. All this makes is essential for us to define nationality is a generally agreed way. Okay, generally we agree to each other's opinion, each other's way, or something in common. Nationality, as such, is the feeling of psychological, spiritual, and emotional ones among the people living several common ties. Okay, so what is nationality? In simple terms, we can say it is a feeling, psychological, spiritual, emotional bonding between the peoples, that is nationality. Why nationality is taken to mean citizenship? Just now we came across whenever in a form we are finding its nationality, we write Indian. Why it is taken as citizenship? It is taken as citizenship because as uh, anybody is taking birth in that country or in that nation, we start sharing the common race, common, you can say, culture, common history. Everything now becomes common as we take birth in that particular country. That's why they are taking nationality as a sense of citizenship. Nationality is identified as citizenship because each citizen is a person and bound up with his state by ties, which are national, spiritual, and emotional, and legal. A minority is defined as a nationality because it is held together by ties of common race, customs, language, religion, history, and other such functions. Okay, what are the factors that make a nationality? Several factors help the evolution of nationality or a nation. Geographical, or you can say common territory. Okay, common territory, which is regarded as motherland. So, to build a sense of nationality, the common thing is needed. So, the common thing can be the motherland where they are taking birth. Racial unity and integrity. Integrity means unity among the people. Community of race and common ethnicity. Common ethnicity constitute one of the strongest bonds of unity of the people. Several scholars give top importance to this factor of nationality. Faith in and respect for common ancestors provide a strong basis for the development of a sense of belonging of unity. Right? We are having the sense of unity because of our ancestors. Next, common history. right? We are having a very common history. We will always say India got independence from the Britishers. All of us, no matter which religion, which caste, which area we are taking birth in India, we are sharing the common history, common culture. So by the culture of a society we mean the habits, traditions, customs, understanding, symbols, okay, orientation of the people. So there it can be diverse, but still we are respecting each other, and we are having the common culture that we know that yes, that religious people or those religious people, they are going to perform such and such work. Then we easily go up and get imbibed with time, right? We just in Durga Puja also we will find everybody, so many other religious people are roaming around. In Eid also we will find so many other religious people are coming to the meet their friends of different religion, right? So it's a culture, it's our culture. We have abided by all this. Next we are having community of language. So this language, or you can say linguistic tie, is also a common thing which helps us to find a bond between us. Like, for example, if 4 or 5 Indians have gone to maybe America, where they will find the English speaking people are roaming around. Suddenly, if they find somebody speaking Bengali there or Hindi there, then what will happen? Though they don't know each other, then suddenly they will find a bond. Okay, you came from India, okay, you know Hindi, okay, you know Bengali, you came from West Bengal. So suddenly there will be a bond. They will find something in common, and they will start behaving like a friend, right? No matter if they are of some other religion or something, language is also helping us to develop a sense of unity. Community of religion. Religion is a universal aspect which cannot be bounded by the boundaries of the nation, right? So we are having religion, religious feeling or religious brotherhood, or is universal. It can be from one state to another, from one country to another. It can spread. It is worldwide. That is also a sense of unity. Common interest, common economic interest they're talking here about, okay? Common economic interest and shared perceptions about security needs constitute important factors of nation. So there are few, you can say, togetherness. This challenge of togetherness is also again felt, and they feel united because they're getting united because of the economical reason. Okay, maybe few entrepreneurs, the owners of the factories, they together can unite, and they feel that yes, economically, for the economic reason they are coming together. This is a common thing. And then within the, you can say, the trade unions also, they're also coming together for to raise the wage, or to ask from the factory owner something. So they are also having some economical interest. They are also coming together for interest, different kind of interest also. People feel that they are connected to each other. Okay, common political rule or common government. So common political rule, that means which party we are trying to follow, and the common government which is ruling the state is often helps us to find a, that means politically also we can feel that we are something, you can say, common there is, and we feel the tie of the nationality. So these are the very common things. Here are the 8 common points given in your book, and they're explaining that for these 8 reasons can help us to develop nationality, feeling of nationality among us. Okay, modern state as a nation state. So till now we came across what is a nation, what is a state. Now they are binding it together. What is a nation state in this modern world? Okay, in this modern concept, the nature of, just a minute, yes, the nature of states which have currently considered the international community. Most of these are multinational states. Multinational, not single. Single means mononational. They're not talking about the mononational, they're saying about the multinational, or you can say polynational also. Okay, at least all the big states fall in these categories. Now, states cannot be and should not be matter of artificial or either mononational or multinational. So they are talking that multinational state, however, should make it certain to respect the socio-cultural identities of all the nationalities who live in it as the citizenship as a citizens. All the minority nationalities should be given equal right, opportunity, and freedom with the majority nationality. In the former should come forward to willing and actively join the national mainstream and secure, protect, preserve, and nurture national integrity. Likewise, mononational states should always refrain from pursuing aggressive and narrow nationalism in relations with other states. Here they are trying to explain us that in today's world we cannot say that it have to be a mononational. Mononational means Mononational means a country who is having only one single nationality in that state. So it is not possible in this contemporary world. In this contemporary world, we will find the modern nation states. What are the modern nation states? They are having multinationality. Within a single country, we will find that there are different kind of nationality existing. Maybe the nationality on the basis of religion, on the basis of caste, on the basis of, you can say, uh, language. Okay, like India, you can find India that we are having a multinational state. We are, why multinational? Different kind of religion is existing here, different languages are also existing here, we are having different cultures, right? And we are having common history also. We are binding together because of our history. We are having diversity, yet we are united because we feel we belong to the same country. There is a sense of brotherhood among ourselves. So all these are being connected and saying that it is a modern nation state. So India is one of such example. Not only India, like USA, Switzerland, okay, all these are having this kind of states. Modern nation state has a sovereign territory identity of all its people who are administering by the government, and its basic features are territorial nationalism, sovereignty, and equality with all other nation state. So a nation state, we can say that a state, what are the features of a state? A state must have a territory, right? It must be sovereign, it must give equality, it is having nationality also. So all these 4 points make a modern nation state. You must memorize this. What makes a modern nation state? Okay, so each multinational state must take the steps for granting the rights of all minorities. So they are saying that not only just because all the different religious people or maybe different nationalities are existing in a state, that is enough. No, the country, the state have to give the minorities also equal right and protect their interest also when they are providing the facilities to the majority people. As the majority people are getting the security, getting protection, getting facilities, same thing must be given to the minorities also. Then only that multinational state, or that you can say that modern nation state, shall have success. Difference between the state and the nation. Okay, difference between the state and the nation. The elements of state and nation are different. All of us know what are the elements of the state. I told you: population, territory, government, and sovereignty. All these are the essential elements. Without one also the state will not exist. Even they are having the three one and the fourth one is not there, the nation state will not exist. But what about a nation? They are saying a nation is a large group of people who who develop a sense of unity and common consciousness. So it is not having all these features like population, territory, government, and sovereignty. They are not dealing with all this. They're dealing with the sense, with the consciousness, a psychological matter. They're saying a psychological, a sense of unity. Okay, Next, they're saying that state is a political organization while nation is a human unit. All of us know this. State is a political organization because state is ruled by the government, which is a political unit, and whereas a nation is a human unit. Why human unit? Because it is dealing with our emotional, spiritual, and psychological unity. For that, we are feeling it is an human unit. So definite territory is absolutely essential for the state but not for nation. For existence of a state, territory is the first element which is needed. Without the territory, the state will not exist. But nationality or nation, a nation can exist not only within the fixed territory, it can have a universal bonding also. Next, sovereignty is essential for the state but not for the nation. Sovereignty is essential for the state because they're making the law, they're applying the law, and they are taking their internal decisions and the external, like international decisions also they are taking. So a state needs to be sovereign. Without it, you can say sovereignty is the soul of the nation, a soul of the state. If the soul is out, the state will not exist. Right, so sovereignty is the soul of the state. So, what is about the nation? The nation does not need any kind of sovereignty. It is a psychological matter. Once again, I'm saying it's a psychological matter. It is a sense. Okay, it is a sense. It is a strong bond. It is an emotional bond. Okay, like for example, we can say before 1947, India was a nation but not a state because it did not have sovereignty. Okay, when the Britishers came and started torturing, I gave you this example. When the Britishers came and started torturing, we started feeling for our people. We started feeling for our brothers, those who are living here. So we started feeling for them. This feeling developed a nation, but not a state. As India got independence and India became sovereign in 1947 from the Britishers, India became a state. So at present, we can say India is a nation state. Next, nation can be wider than the state. Yes, nation is not having any kind of boundary, any kind of territory, and it can extend the feeling, the sense, the emotion can extend beyond the boundaries, whereas state is having a fixed territory, a fixed area. It cannot go outside that. There can be two or more nationalities in one state, right? So like India is a state and we are having so many nationalities at a time in India. So a nation is more stable than state. A state is run by an agent called government. So that government can be unstable. People might like that government, might not like. It keeps on shifting after 5 years in India. Right, so that can be unstable, but a nation, the sense or the feeling of unity, that remains intact. That will never go. So that is helping us to develop a stable relation. A state can be created while a nation is always the result of evolution. This means a state is being created with a fixed boundary, with the sovereignty, with the power, right, with the people. They are forming a state. But nation is getting evolved means slowly and steadily it is developing. Nobody is sitting down and making the constitution and writing the sovereign parts, right? So nation, the feeling is gradually developing. The state uses force, police power. Okay, the state is having the police power. Whoever is not following the rules will be punished. But in case of nation, the nation does not need the power, this police power. They are having moral, emotional, and you can say spiritual bonding between them. And they are not going to punish anybody. Okay, they cannot punish anybody. Next, our nation state is a collective entity which combines territory and emotional unity and identity. We are one. So, at present, in this contemporary time, we can say that modern states are existing. So, modern states are multinational states. Okay, there are, however, called the nation state because all the nationalities, majority and minority, okay, nationalities live in the same state, get integrated. Okay, into one nation with a sense of unity in diversity, and multiculturalism is accepted and respected by all. Okay, hopefully you understood. Few examples I have underlined, you can also underline, like India, USA, Russia, Germany, Japan, Indonesia, and that will be Vietnam, spelling is wrong there, then Britain, Switzerland, and others. Theories of one nation, one state on multinational states. What happened is, after a certain time in 1941, in the Atlantic Charter, there was a declaration that each nation are state. So we have to develop the nation. You can say each state will be developed on the basis of one nation. Maybe something will be in common, and that common thing will be used, no diversity. Okay, in 1941, this slogan came up. And after this slogan, I'll tell you, lots of changes were also there, and it got rejected also at contemporary time. In the modern world, nobody is accepting it. A state is contemporary times really means a nation state. The theory of one nation, one state, which is also known as the principle of mononational states, holds that one state should have one nation, or that each nation should have a distinct or separate state. That means on the basis of religion, they are going to build a separate state. All the in the world, whoever is speaking Bengali, they can come together and form one state. Okay, that is a common thing. On the basis of religion, also they can come together and form a nation. On the basis of maybe their common interests, they can come together. So, for what reason they are coming, it is not defining here. They are saying that each nation or each state will have only one nation. Okay, so it believes that each nation has the right and liberty to constitute itself into a state by exercising the right of self determination. So again, we will come to the agreement that have people agreed to it or not. The principle of one nation, one state upholds that each nation is a separate and distinct entity, and as such it has the right to be a state. So each nation is having their own culture or own language or own religion, okay, or own interest. So they are having full right to develop themselves into a separate state. This was the first scenario in 1941. So on this basis only itself, India got partitioned with Pakistan, right? India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Later on, when Bangladesh broke away from Pakistan, just because Pakistan rose the point that they are going to get separated from India on the basis of religion. Okay, they took the point of religion, that we cannot stay in this nation anymore, we cannot stay in this state anymore. They want a separate state because of their nationality of the nation. They were feeling it have to be on the basis of religion. But this utterly failed when Bangladesh, there was Muslim population, and Pakistan also was a Muslim population. When Bangladesh just broke out from the state and they developed themselves, or they established themselves as a separate state, that time this theory which Pakistan was following was believed to be a failure in 1971, because on the basis of religion, and the Bangladesh people did not come out of Pakistan. They came out because of their culture, of their language. On the basis of language, they broke out from the Pakistan and they organized another independent state. So it is not always essential that each nation have to have a separate state. It is not possible. Actually, it's not, I'll say it's not practical. Okay, as against it, the theory of multinational or polynational state holds that within each state, several nations or nationalities should live, and in practice, each modern state has several nationalities living within it. At present, if you just turn around and we try to analyze, we will find India, China, USA, UK, Switzerland, and many more countries are having multinational states, right? But it is our constitution who have to give equal opportunity, equal right, equal protection, and they have to take care of the minority, especially in the multinational states. Arguments in support, there are few arguments who have supported this theory, one nation, one state. For example, J.S. Mill, that is James Stuart Mill, in his book Representative Government, he wrote he supported this theory of one nation, one state. Other than that, Mazzini and Napoleon III also supported this. Okay, they supported because they felt that if somebody is trying to develop, or if a country is trying to follow democracy, then this is the best way, one nation, one state. Okay, because they will feel a strong sense of unity among themselves, they'll feel a strong bond among themselves, and there will be no minorities. One nation means no minority. If there will be no minority, then they need not think about the minority rights and how to protect them, and nobody will feel deprived. This was the point they were supporting. But there are people who were again against it and did not support one nation, one state, because at present we can find the multinational states like Lord Acton. Lord Acton did not follow it, did not support it rather. So here are a few criticisms given in your book, that it is not possible. It is, as I told you, it's not practical actually to develop one nation, one state. We cannot do that. Okay, the acceptance of the principle of every nation or state will lead to emergence of unduly large number of small states, right? So there will be different kind of small states. Suppose somebody is thinking of making a state on the basis of their interest, it will be very small state. Somebody is thinking of making a state on the basis of their maybe language or maybe their religion will be perhaps big, but maybe if they are taking some other reason, then it will be very small. In the world, we will find numerous states are developing which is not needed, and they will feel economical crisis. If they are very small, they won't get natural resources as much, and as they will not get the natural resources, they won't have economical stability. Okay, next, mononational states alone cannot be democratic. If the country is trying to establish itself as a democratic state, then it has to have different nationalities. They have to have minority, they have to have majority. If only single nationality is present, what is the need of democracy? Right, democracy provides equal rights. So everybody is already equal there, no need to give equal right. So you can say small nation, as I told you, they will be insecure. The small states will be insecure, economically unstable. Okay, and they will also problem. And multinational state has a great chance to progress due to coexistence and interaction among people of different nationalities who live in one big nation. So we can say that overall, a mononational state may not have as much success as a multinational state might have. Okay, in this contemporary world, it is almost modern nation states and more or less multinational states also prevailing all over the world if you look around, right? Hopefully, you understood the chapter. Thank you.